Ah, crap. Well, I don't know why the heck it just blurts that out for no reason. Give me give me 1 second. Hang on. Oh yeah, I don't want to get flagged on that either. It was risky doing this kind of stuff, but just want to feel like just playing GTA because I can. For your viewing pleasure. Spook.
Non-entity. What the fuck am I doing?
Whew. Smooth landing. Up. And I'm in the spotlight. Damage is always unavoidable with this shit. No. I'm gonna tell you stop the vehicle and get out. Ah, crap. Ah, crap. You're the one who's costing me money! Not you. Nobody's the man. Well, except for me. Around the front. Oh yeah, I gotta. The only thing you gotta leave the costume is crap. This is easier said than done. Ah, great.
What's my name, bitch? Jesus Christ!
You know, I got just about nothing, guys.
I'm reloading! It's on now! You motherfucker!
Yeah, shoot at me, not the guy. Shoot at me, not the guys who are shooting at me though. Yeah, you guys fight amongst yourselves. $12,000 for all this shit. that trouble I had to go through for that. Jesus. It's the reason I forgot I don't really do vehicle sourcing all that much anymore, but I sold one car. I already tell by the battle damage.
We're adding that card to your database. You want to add to the collection, log back onto SecuroServe at the office. Hello, I'm sorry. Something else has come up. Can you please come back to my office?
These supplies are on the move. Bring down the transport before they fly out of state and you can salvage the hardware. We've allocated a technical aqua for your use.
I just logged on to something. Hey Bartstow, how are you? I just stream some GTA and just grind a bit. Because why not? Oh, there's that lock on again. And the question is, what would I lock you onto? A signal jammer?
Package received. The team are going to work.
Like I said, though, I know. Thankfully, this person here is on my friends list, and I'm just going into his lobby. So thankfully, I don't have to deal with like other players. Because again, you're going to hear obscenities under the sun. Hell, you're going to hear children saying this kind of stuff. It's a cesspool of scum and villainy. And I know this is basically the whole gist of the game, but you really think that these people who play it are pretty much masochists. At least most of them seem to act like it. Cursing like sailors and whatnot. It's often why I'm glad I'm the quiet one. All that matters to me is making money. It's like full house for now. Cleaned it out weeks ago, but might as well try to build it back up again. Our warehouses. has to be those types of a-holes that just come out of there. If you think this was tedious before with an oppressor, I tried it beforehand. Like many moons ago, I actually had to do this with a buzzard. And if I was going to this particular warehouse here, I had to land right here in this parking lot. It was always a tight fit. Tight. Okay, I think that part came out wrong. Tight landing or tight squeeze in there. Now you can't just do one thing. You only can either do 2 or 3 crates at a time. Okay, whatever. One thing, yesterday I was just doing the same stuff, but some dude showed up near my nightclub, and I pretty much mowed down all 3 of them. The worst sort of thing they did, I was doing like some business battle stuff. I think their car blocked me from getting inside my nightclub, So I tracked them down out in Vinewood, and they were obviously cruising around in a damn fire truck for no reason. Easy triple kill right off the bat. It was too good. I think I should have saved the clip, but yeah. I wasn't really thinking about it. Yeah, sometimes I know just random just come on just to goof off. Hey, if you're not trying to like actually make money in the game, what the heck is even the point?
Okay, we need to do something big, something theatrical, something Vinewood, baby. We're promoting our DJ on the side of a blimp. Pick it up and fly it over the city. Everyone will know what's going on here.
Oh, okay then. I guess this will sound interesting. I guess that wasn't really happening, I guess. Oh well. Can't say no to easy money. Now it's back to loud ass free roams.
We got an opportunity, boss. Some hot product just came up. More expensive than a normal shipment, but more profit potential too. You want to go for it? Come back to the office soon to make the deal.
I mean, one minute he's tied up in a sex dungeon, and the next he's dead.
was
It really makes you
amazing.
Anything you need, boss. So, we going to have a good week, boss? Hi there. How can I help you? Have a good day. Sorry, I don't got time for pleasantries. Just get the job done. I've sent the collection point to your GPS. Make the pickup and bring the goods to the warehouse. Should be straightforward.
Okay, that way I still don't have to deal with the randos in chat. It's coming after me. Shit. Here we go with this bullshit. Now I gotta fight for him.
Have you no brains?
shit. Fuck you. Yeah, you fuckers fight amongst yourselves. Okay, I'm right on an intercept course. Oh boy. So everyone always assumes that just when you're just walking around somewhere, you mind your own business and doing something else. And that wasn't after any of you fuckers. I was curious about what the hell you were just standing around doing. Come on, they should have already assumed that I was doing something. It's heading toward the city. Crap, I gotta stop it. Alright, Josh, what's up? Just doing some grinding on GTA. Crap. Ah, there we go. Got it. I just gotta drive this baby back to the... Oh, really? So you found, and I saw you do that on Discord. That you saw the Jack show. And what was your assessment about the show itself? I mean, again, I'll watch it, but again, there's a lot of stuff on that show that is really just kind of like, yeah, again, these guys are just as like a little weird as like Anna is, at least. Almost there.
Come over anytime. This homebrew will kick your little ass.
Yeah, I think one of the people that was also on that panel with her was another person she also is a panelist on for Chrissy Mayer called Simpcast. There's this chick on there called Brittany Vendy, and I think ironically enough she has a boyfriend, but yet she had like some damn poll out there for if guys out there will ever like meet her standards or whatever, just some weird like shit test that she has out there somewhere on the internet. Yeah, no, it's kind of the exact same thing with how it is with Flashcast too. She barely really says anything because mostly Flash and everyone else is doing all the talking. You just don't really have much room to breathe. I think if she's doing a podcast if she's doing like a live stream by herself, or she's only like one or two people on there, it's probably a little bit better. Yeah, like I don't know. I don't know anything about that Brittany Venti chick, but I think John Million. I think all those guys like Kelsey is like say they're like at least one of them is like they have like comic stuff. But Cecil, I think he's probably the biggest grifter. I mean, he's had a freaking Kickstarter he's been doing for like an Indiegogo campaign he's been doing for almost 2 years now, and it's yet to come out. And I feel bad for all the people that actually backed it. I just hope that there's something that one of the other panelists, John Million, did. I backed a comic he's doing called it was called Godlike: The Ruminous Saga. It looks interesting, and I know I personally thought it looked good. It looked cool, so I backed it for I only backed like getting the one issue for like $25, $30. That was like $25 or $30. I don't go big for all those sort of things though. But if they add like extra perks for every person, that's always nice to get a little bonus. But I know the thing you backed is what you get when you back something. What a lot of people don't know is that yeah, and again, I know we all do that. I know we do that stuff. I know she probably also, like, after Flashcast, she went and did another eye for her eye project, and also I think she also streamed a little bit more of KOTOR on Twitch. I mean, she's been doing more of it. I know she did a KOTOR Let's Play on YouTube, and all the parts of it are on her live channel. But I know also she's doing just doing another bit of it on Twitch, trying to build her Twitch up at least. And speaking of Twitch, I probably would want to do more stuff on there. I know I could have easily done this stream on Twitch and just re-uploaded to Xbox later, or YouTube, and just doing all that stuff though. Okay. But I know you. Also, I also didn't know this because I was like just chilling out yesterday. I know Phil did a open mic stream, and I should have went on there. But also, another thing I've been doing, Josh, is I actually did a little experimental thing, and I even put out a little poll on Twitter, like, about not too long ago, about if anyone thinks I should do the kind of stream I did a couple days ago on my channel, where I just, like share my screen and just try to write and just chat while I'm trying to write on one of my story projects. So again, I'm not sure if anyone's ever done what I was doing before, but it'd be interesting if people want to see more of it. I know it only got like 15, 16 views. I tried one to just test the waters, and I said, you know what, I'll just do it again. And I went for at least 2 hours and actually did a little bit more. In fact, I think it's pretty good motivation to further push myself to be getting any projects I've got done and whatnot. It's really interesting. Excuse me.
Okay, well, I guess we gotta do some marketing. Instead of handing out flyers on Vinewood Boulevard, I want you airdropping them over the city. There's a chopper waiting, ready to take off. Your flyers are on board.
Yeah, and I know, look, I'm certainly still kind of mixed about it, I know, but even then, they only briefly talked about it, but everyone seems to be, bashing Book of Boba Fett, I know, but still, I still think at least Echo Base Network, they say they're cautiously optimistic about the Kenobi series, but it often seemed like, everyone who is Phantom Menace, yeah, it really kind of shows they are really just kind of they're either really black-pilled on Star Wars and they're just kind of only watch Kenobi most likely just for review reasons, and so they can kind of just say it's not all that good. But I'm probably in the same boat as Echo Base because I'm just going to be cautiously optimistic. But I'm glad the interesting thing is that they're actually going to release it on May 25th and not May the 4th, because I think people just made that as a card, as a little card thing for a card company or whatever. I like the idea of saying that Star Wars Day is the very day the original film came out. That truly, technically, is Star Wars Day. Yeah, do her. Yeah, I know. I know she needs to do research, but again, it's kind of crazy. But for me personally, since I've never like, you know, I could, you know, then I could say the same thing about playing CTR. I never played the original game, but and I'm not so sure about like getting the not so sure about the remake because again, one, I don't have a PlayStation 5, and if I do, it's just like it's gonna be a long time off if I ever even get a new console. Either that, or I'll just get a PC or a Switch. Yeah, I know. Well, Josh, that is the same thing about you. Well, I know the same thing is true, but it seems like they really do like all of Star Wars, the films. But I know personally, again, I really absolutely still do despise the sequel trilogy, and I feel so burned by it. That's kind of why I kind of like I resonated with the Phantom Menace. I resonated with them because I was dissatisfied, and I mean the fact that they literally are bashing fans, and it's kind of like it's even more insulting. It's even more insulting because again, I don't really care about the fact of what skin color Finn was. But all they did is they relegated him to a prop character. You think that's honestly more insulting? That yeah, anyone who's black is obviously just all you gotta relegate them to is comic relief or something. That's just in the minds of what Disney was probably thinking with his character, and I really don't want to see it. And I mean, and I don't blame John Boyega. Ninja Trilogy gatekeeping. I mean, on the subject of gatekeeping, it's really I'd say gatekeeping is a double-edged sword from what perspective I've seen on it. You want to just keep all the bad apples out of your space and out of your fandom, but you got people coming in who want to just change things up and change things around for their own benefit and force everybody out, which is obviously what the Phantom Menace are basically spouting. And I can agree with them that there are people who are in there, or of course Lucasfilm are trying to appeal to a fan base that isn't really there or really wants to support all this stuff. They just think Twitter is the end all be all of how to listen to feedback. It's just those strangers. It's always that stranger thing. I mean, again, I personally welcome anyone who wants to get into Star Wars, but I say at least, I mean, if you're a person that likes to read books and you want to get captured into the Star Wars universe, I say read any good EU book. I mean, like I said, I would personally recommend the Bane trilogy or Darth Plagueis to anybody, especially if you're like a fan of, if you're a fan of the prequels. I would recommend you would read that book. But again, I know they also want to make the idea, you don't, like, I don't need to be doing, I don't want to make it seem like, when I'm doing something, I'm basically doing research. To me, it's like, when I go into the EU and all the stuff I've heard about these characters from there, I just want to know how all the events of these stories that they're involved in played out, and how it affected them, and how it connects to other characters and whatnot. Yeah, and that's the whole thing, though. But I still think you should still keep to the core. You should always still keep to the core of what brought people in, what drew people into Star Wars in the first place. But what we got with the sequel trilogy, they were trying to, like try to question and change the status quo. Like KK said, even like Steven Spielberg has said this, is like, oh, the only thing like KK was good at was basically just like, it was always good at interrupting people. Like, say, what happens if she doesn't get the girl, if the hero doesn't get the girl, what instead he gets the dog, or whatever. It's stuff like that. She doesn't seem like a person who doesn't know anything about being creative. All she knows is like getting, all she really was more or less like the mouthpiece for Spielberg, and not really doing anything like major creatively. But like I said about gatekeeping, it's a thing. I mean, like I said, I don't like. But I mean, the only other problem I don't like about gatekeeping is like the thing is people want to just try to make Star Wars like they're trying to make it like they're trying to constantly make it relevant to freaking modern day stuff. Like, no, it's a fantasy. It's fantasy. We don't need to, if everything is fictional. Sure, you can draw a little bit, but if you're subtle about it, it can be fine. But you don't need to be constantly like throwing all this stuff overtly in your face. Like, you don't need to really be doing that. But heck, one of the people on Flashcast, who's like a lawyer who covered that trial about that dude from Minnesota, I think. He actually started saying, he was saying stuff like the prequels were crap. It's like, dude, like, you want to say the thing is like, why does everyone think those movies are good? Well, again, compared to what we got with the sequel trilogy, it is... Sorry. Yeah, it's like... This guy, Nick Rekieta, or Rekieta Laws, he's known as... He was talking about, like, saying, like, again, the prequels, especially Revenge of the Sith, was crap. But, look... He did not understand the idea that, you know, when the prequels came out, people did bash the hell out of those movies all the time. Heck, you already know that the actor who played Jar Jar Binks nearly contemplated self-deletion, to put it lightly, which we all know. Again, you can't say that stuff on YouTube without, you know, alerting the overlords. But yeah, the thing is, people were bashing the prequels before, and it's like nobody is a stranger to this. Like, Nick really did not know what the hell he was talking about at all, because again, that was a really garbage take he had. People bashed the prequels long before you started bashing them, dude. But compared to how things are, and I know how people universally like the Clone Wars, things really sort of like people saw the prequels in a better light. And that's just kind of how it is. And I mean, personally, as a person who grew up watching them, it holds a special place in my heart. Most people don't have moved on from the sequels. Exactly, people have moved on, and nobody talks about the Reylo stuff anymore. No one really talks about it. Yeah, because I know, again, the Mandalorian really did ignite it, but it's kind of ironic that the Mandalorian did so well as it did compared to Book of Boba Fett. I mean, I would say I'm very mixed on the show, because there are elements that still say, but again, if we're gonna go into Mandalorian Season 3, it's still not gonna be the same without Gina Carano. It's just not going to be the same. And the same thing with, again, I even, I think I saw that trailer when I was watching Flashcast about that movie Gina Carano's in, and I'm gonna say, look, I like you, Gina, but again, I'm not a fan of westerns. I'm not a fan of those. I've never really saw the appeal of westerns. Heck, I would never even really saw the. I can see why some people like them personally. I'm just not a fan of them. Like western games where they're set in the old west, like Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, it is the fans' fault, not Lucas, or Ahmed Best. Yeah, again, for some people, yeah, people can hate on the character, but don't hate the actor. I mean, sure, yeah. But again, given how much it is, it's like, you kind of have a little more respect for the character now, especially now that Ahmed Best tried to do his best with what he had to work with. Yeah, and again, I still see the prequels as something good. Heck, I mean, heck, you won't even believe it. I even had like a Phantom Menace lunchbox when I was 5 years old. So even back then, I've had a small connection to Star Wars, but over the years, it's grown, and my love for it has only gotten stronger for it. But I know, like I said, I mean, but again, the only thing is people want to think that, oh, everybody is not like gonna clamor for everything good to be in Star Wars. If something isn't good, then yeah, I'm not gonna acknowledge it anymore. And I mean, look, there are some things about Boba Fett I did like. Episode 2 was a step up because of the action sequence and Boba actually learning to connect with the Tusken Raiders. And they actually earned respect, and he basically earned his place among them. And that was actually really well done. Yeah, I know. She only did have a few good episodes in there. So yeah, we can only assume that yeah, if she's not gonna be in Mandalorian, if she's not gonna be in there. I know. I would love, but I still would have liked to see. I would have liked to see how Rangers of the New Republic was gonna play out, though. But the only thing is that like the Phantom Menace are trying to like push in everybody is that it's all roads with these TV shows are basically still going to lead to the sequel trilogy. But again, like we already know with the multiverse thing, and if we see more about what's going to happen with the Veil of the Force in Ahsoka, then basically, yeah, you guys know that, yeah, that happened, but it's in its own separate universe compared to everything else that's come before. Like, the EU is its own separate universe and everything else. But again, I don't understand, like, the idea about canon is another thing that's a double-edged sword. As a Star Wars fan, and I'm going to still stand by this statement, you can quote me on this. Canon should be what you make of it. You as an individual fan make of it, not what Lucasfilm or Disney says is canon, or what some group of fans say is canon. You as an individual make that for what you will. Because again, like I said, I love the Bane trilogy. It adds more context to the prequels, and even the Plagueis novel adds more context to the prequels. And I want to get more of the Republic Commando novels. And like I said, and also with you, since you're a Revan fan, personally, since I also know that they were written by the same author, Drew Karpyshyn, I want to get the Revan book. Again, Josh, this is why I think you're awesome, because we can have these great conversations about Star Wars anytime. Just let me know when you want to do a. Oh, hey Christine, how are you? Yeah, just let me know if you want to do that stream on want to do that like stream we want to do talking about lightsabers, or at least what are our favorite designs, like the history of the weapon itself, and just like all the various types and whatnot. Okay, that's good. That's good. Like I said, I need to get my hands on it. I know, and the same thing goes for Drew Karpyshyn. He also wrote he also wrote 3 Mass Effect novels too. So I need to get my hands on those. Because other than Star Wars, my other biggest franchise I love is Halo and Mass Effect. But like I said, I want to. But I know anything like past Reach, I kind of don't really care. Anything past like Halo Reach in terms of the games, I kind of don't have too much real love for. Well, again, there's 2 different histories with that. We already know the Kyber crystals that have been established in the Clone Wars. Like they're colorless and they don't have a real set color. But I think in like the EU and I think KOTOR, don't they have like a set color? Where they have either sapphires, and even like the Clone Wars micro series that was done by Genndy Tartakovsky, they represented lightsaber crystals as having a set color. And I think in EU, the reason why, or at least like the like an expanded universe standpoint of why Mace Windu has a purple lightsaber is because it was actually a gemstone called a Harun Amethyst that he uses for his lightsaber. But we all know the official reason is that Samuel L. Jackson just wanted a purple lightsaber. But it's nice that, you know, you take a little detail and just add upon it. And that's where I like the creative nature of people who work in the EU. You can make something that isn't really touched upon in the films and expand upon it. That's the reason why it's called the expanded universe. It just opens up more doors to things that aren't like talked about in any other visual mediums like films or TV shows. Oh, okay. Good you stopped by, Christine. But yeah, I know I've been like streaming and just grinding on here a bit. Yes, he did have a purple lightsaber, but he also had his red Sith lightsaber too as well. But I think like on the cover of the Revan book, it depicted him with a green lightsaber for some reason. I mean, did you notice that? Did you notice that on the cover of that book? Oh, okay. So that's only one of the lightsabers he's used. That's interesting. Again, and yeah, everyone says that. I mean, Keanu is perfect to play Revan. I mean, obviously he looks just like him. This looks like a job for Writer Man. Yes, during the Revanist faction, along with Malik was also a prominent member of that faction as well. And what happened when they tried to confront Emperor Vitiate. Again, I am really still once again kicking myself for never playing KOTOR. But at least the game is back. At least the games are backwards compat. At least. And I want to get some more money for Yeah, I know, because of course the Order didn't want to have to fight the Mandalorians, but since they were obviously spreading chaos across the galaxy, the Jedi had to stop them. And I know Mandalorian does make something like it somewhat opens the door to the idea, knowing that like the Jedi were the ancient enemy of the Mandalorians. Oh, shit. Yes, and that's basically what any Force user should be, technically. I think even there's a story about someone who, like, technically was a great Jedi, but I think he survived the initial Jedi Purge and Order 66 before that. I think his character's name was Helgad Ventor. But again, I like the idea of Grey Jedi, the one who don't follow the will of the light or dark side of the Force. There is no peace. There is just the Force. And that is the standard of how all Force users or any order should really follow. That's what I think you kind of liked about Luke's new Jedi Order is that really, I know, even though there's a lot of times where he actually had to turn to the dark side in order to save somebody, like with Dark Empire. And I know that I think like the new stuff, I think they're trying to set trying to set up Ezra or something as like Jarua Savayoth, I think. But I know if you don't really care about any post stories, Return of the Jedi stories of the EU, I know most people still consider the Thrawn trilogy one of the best stories, which I need to actually get my hands on that trilogy as well. But like I said, I think I've said it before, they really should have just played it safe. That's the easiest thing you can do, is play things safe, because you already did have all that material from the EU set up. And the same thing goes for like the whole thing with like the ancient Jedi Order and the dark Latau legions on Tython. Everything and the Yin Thor ships. I know, like Jace Fox and other people, because again, when I originally wrote a script for
Alright then.
Talking about lightsabers, I really wanted to have this kind of discussion with him and a buddy of his, Chris, about that kind of stuff, because it seems like they were big EU fans, and they talked about, like, you know, the pre-Republic ancient history of the Star Wars galaxy, like all the Yin Thor ships taking Force sensitives to Tython and stuff like that. So that's mostly what I also want to explore. And even like again, they could have also just set this, also the thing that really would have like set everything apart is that they could have just set the story hundreds of years after the events of Return of the Jedi, where it has no connection to the sequel trilogy, or at least no major connection to the sequel trilogy, or no major connection to the original trilogy. But that's technically where the Star Wars Legacy comics come into play, with like the descendants of the Skywalker and Solo families, like the knights, like the Imperial Knights of the Fel Empire, and Cole Skywalker and his son Cade Skywalker, and Darth Krayt's one Sith Empire. Because I think, like, the Jedi the person he was once a Jedi named Asherat Het, and he was a Tusken Jedi alongside his father. He taught him both the ways of his people and the Jedi. In fact, I think there's a video I can recommend to you. I'll probably post it once this video is posted to YouTube. I can post the link to this video in the comments. So. But Josh, it was good. It was good. No, you stopped by, but I think I'm gonna end the stream right now. See you soon. And thank to everyone also who tuned in. Thank you so much. You guys give me more reason to keep going on YouTube. So, see you guys next time, and peace out. And may the Force be with you.